Hello and welcome to my review for the movie Him that came out in September 2025, starring Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers. And I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to talk about it. This movie is weird. And I don't think when it came out, a lot of people said that this movie was bad. And I don't think that it is a bad movie. I just think it's confusing on what the themes are exactly, and at least to me. Because when I was watching this movie, it's a football movie and it's a football horror movie. So basically, Tyreek Withers' character, he is a young up and coming like prodigy that he is going to be like the next big thing in football, basically the next Tom Brady, if you will. And it's basically about his experience of becoming, he goes to a remote location with the current Tom Brady, basically, which is Marlon Wayans' character, and he basically trains with him, and there's some devious shit going on that is obviously, the plot of the movie. But I think I missed what this movie is trying to say. At first, I thought it was a take on fame, what fame does to a person. Marlon Wayans' character, people treat him like a god, and I thought that, and it's got a little bit to play with that, but I thought it was saying what fame does to a person and what it does to their mental, kind of similar to like Kanye West. This dude thinks that he's a god, and when you see some of the clips of this dude performing on stage, you would be like, yeah, that makes sense why people treat him that way or why he thinks that way. And I thought that's what this movie was doing, that Marlon Wayans' character is basically preparing Tyreek Withers' character to be like, are you ready for this level of fame, of stardom? These people are willing to do anything to meet you. They love you. They treat you like a god. But then, as the movie goes on, it's actually more of a religious cult kind of thing. And I was like, okay, because Marlon Wayans' character, the big Tom Brady character, he's like super religious and like believes that God, or he's the second coming of Jesus, and whether or not, he says through in the movie, he died for us, talking about the big JC, of course, he died for us and I play ball for them. So I just, with this movie, it's very artsy. The camera angles, the way that they're set up, the way it's shot. I think that it's actually a good movie. It's an engaging movie to watch. It looks cool. It looks interesting. But when it comes, the themes, I'm lost. I'm just lost. I can't tell if, is it trying to be like, look how kind of crazy religion is? And in the movie it's Christianity, so I'm gonna just talk about Christianity. That's what the movie deals with. It is Christianity. I'm pretty sure they talk about Jesus and everything like that. There's paintings of Marlon Wayans' character in like the Last Supper or whatever, and he is in Jesus Christ's spot or whatever. But I thought at first it was like Marlon Wayans' character thinks that he's a god because of the fame. It's what the fame does to him. But then as the movie progresses, it's like, no, he's just a heavy Christian, or super religious, like a fanatic, if you will. And this movie, it throws me for a loop when I'm trying to think of it, because it kind of does a thing at the end where, if you've seen the movie Cabin in the Woods, if you haven't seen it, I'll put a timestamp or whatever, what time to skip. But basically, in that movie, at the end, because the final girl lives and the stoner character also lives, they didn't fulfill a prophecy, and like this prophecy is a world-ending prophecy. So basically, in Cabin in the Woods, the whole thing is that every horror movie has to go a certain way, because if it doesn't, the world will end. And in Cabin in the Woods, the movie goes, or the horror aspect goes wrong, and like giant hands emerge from inside the earth and it blows up. So at the end of this movie, they basically try to get Tyreek Withers' character to like lay on this like star thing, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it, and he lays somebody else there and the guy explodes. So like, is this movie saying that God is real and that all of these people were right to be crazy fanatics and to believe in it, or are they saying that it's a cult and it's like a cult mentality? I don't know. Is it trying to show how crazy some religious customs are because they're just in the religion they're normalized? Like I don't know what this movie's exactly trying to say, and it throws me off because I thought it was, well, when I had first started it, I thought it was a fame thing. And then my wife was like, no, it's about like how crazy like religion can be. Like how when, you know, like the movie is like, look how crazy this shit is. But in real life, it's not considered crazy because it's real life. And people, I don't, that's how she explained it to me, but I just don't get it. Like the whole football aspect was fine. There was some stuff with like lineage. There goes my dogs. In the movie, there was some crazy stuff with like lineage where like Marlon Wayans' blood is being injected into Tyreek Withers' character, and it's supposed to like make him feel some kind of way because it was injected into Marlon Wayans from his successor. And it's like I'm confused. Like I think it's just a confusing movie, but I don't think it's bad. Like I'm confused, and I've been confused with other movies and been like, this was a bad movie, I'm confused. But this one, I don't think I get it. I don't know what they're trying to say. I'm gonna keep this one short. It's like gonna be 7-8 minutes maybe, depending on how much more I talk. But like I think that everything about the movie's not bad. I'm just confused. Like the acting is good. I like Marlon Wayans in this. He kind of like is being like a weird father figure where Tyreek Withers' character's dad passed away, and so he's like trying to live up to his dad, even though he passed, and like, and I you know, Marlon Wayans calls him son a lot, or a couple of times, and I don't know what this movie's going for, but like the camera angles, the shots, the colors, like it's very colorful. I think it's a good movie. I think it's just confusing, but I don't think it's like garbage. Like I don't think the writing is bad. I think that it was just they were trying to say something and it kind of threw me off. Another thing with the mascots that Tyreek Withers kind of starts to see, you're like, is this the fame getting into, which again, what I thought, I'm like, is the fame getting into his head where he's seeing the mascots for the teams and it's like football is like taking over his life, and is he ready to die? But it's just like people in like suits, like, and at the end of the movie it's explained that Tyreek Withers' entire life he was groomed to be the best football, like they like one of the guys that's trying to turn him into the best football player ever was like knew his dad way back. I just think that this movie's confusing, and or at least it confused me on what the themes are, or like what they're trying to say in the end goal. But I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was bad. Like, I'm not like, man, I wish I didn't waste my time. Like, I was like, okay, the movie looks cool. It's trying to say something, and it went over my head, but that doesn't make it bad, you know? But, yeah, if you got a good read on this movie, or you liked it, or you didn't like it, or you think it's abysmal or whatever, let me know. I want to talk about it. It's, you know, it just, I don't know. It just lost me. But I don't think it was bad. I think the performances were good, and the football, like, the football stuff also isn't bad, you know? So let me know what you think. Have a good day.